This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for 3! You're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome into a Thirsty Thursday edition of On the Block. I am off screen right now. I can't get a camera lined up. Funny. All right, there we go. We will get my picture on screen here at some point. Anyways, I'm Austin Norman, joined by Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet, man on the mic, Erick Strickland.
Wait, man, did we just
Stricky, it was so nice yesterday.
Did we? Well, it was. It's whack today, but Did we just take over a happy hour? We took over.
The takeover continues.
Yes.
It continues.
Continuation
is what it does.
On the block. Thank you guys.
What
for
would they
joining
do
us.
without us?
Man, listen, it wouldn't be as fun, and you wouldn't have to listen to my deep, crazy thoughts. Sometimes I'd be kind of just digging in with some thoughts that go.
You do be.
Whoa.
That's why we love you.
Man, it's good, man. Thursdays is a great day for me. So although it's dreary outside, it's going to be very spiritual in here in about another hour or a couple.
It's Thursday a spiritual experience for you.
It is, man. It's one of those great experiences for me. Uncle Kev will be in the building. Went down there, picked me up 3 bottles of Strix Picks, and didn't let him down on that. I told him I was coming. He had them saved, sitting right there for me. Kevin Meyer will take good care of you. Go down and see him at Myers Cork and Bottle off of what is it?
13th and
South. Yeah, 13th and South. Great staff, great location. But also, WTF We Talk Facts. Cluster Johnson's going to be in studio with me today. We're going to have a good time chopping it up. Some great topics, some fun. I mean, we get to have fun. Thursday's a fun day as we approach the weekend. Big stuff happening over the weekend as well. Thanks to Nebco, who is our sponsor. We absolutely love and appreciate them continuously, as their support for us here on the block is next to none.
Second to none.
Second to none.
A lot of support. Not next to no support.
Yeah.
Yes,
Second
they are hiring now for both constructors and ready-mixed concrete through either constructorslincoln.com or readymixedconcrete.com. If you just want to learn more about Nebco, it's nebcoinc.com, Nebraska's oldest family-owned 4th generation operated business since 1908. Couple pieces of news and notes to get your way before we really dig into tonight's NFL draft. I have a lot of fun conversations, including who we think should stand pat and make a pick, who needs more assets, who can get better value by trading up or by trading down. And then throughout the show, let us know who you want your favorite team to pick. You can do that on our text line at 402-464-5685, or since we're stream only today with the Royals currently holding a 2-1 lead over the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 4th inning, you can also hit up our comment section, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, open for you. Big thanks to Starter Human Jewelers for sponsoring our text line and comment section, and Allo for channel 961 all across this great state. Stricky, we've talked a lot on Nebraska basketball recently. Some more news out of that program. Not nearly as impactful, I wouldn't say, as the transfer portal news that we've been talking about and waiting on. But it came out today that the Nebraska-Creighton game, traditionally played on a Saturday, is being played on a Friday. And it's going to be in November this year. It's not going to be a December game. It will be November the 22nd. It's a Friday for Nebraska and Creighton up at the CHI Health Center.
This is before everybody goes on break, or is it?
So that's what I was curious about. Why would they move the game to a Friday? Yeah. My first thought was, maybe they're playing right after Nebraska football on Black Friday. Well, Black Friday is the 29th of November, so it's that next week. The 22nd of November is one day before Nebraska football hosts Wisconsin. So they didn't want a conflict for Husker fans, with some of them going up to Omaha and some of them being down in Memorial Stadium. So Nebraska-Creighton moves up one day from the 23rd to the 22nd. So Husker fans can check them both out.
Yeah, okay.
And so can J-Skers.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
The earlier the better. Let's get it in. I think revenge is in order.
Disappointing.
They blew us out.
Disappointment.
They blew us out last time. I was not happy about that.
No. After a big win 2 seasons ago, and then a highly anticipated battle between a Creighton team coming off a loss in Kansas City to Colorado State, got their butts handed to them by Isaiah Stevens and co. And Nebraska was still riding pretty high at that point. Didn't show up. We talked enough about that game, but at least it's a series again, right? I mean, I know Nebraska's only won like twice in the last 6 years, but it's at least, for the most part, outside of last year, been more competitive. And I really think, Strick, it's two different types of roster building as well. Whereas I think Creighton, you see, key transfers plugged in here and there, but Creighton developed Alexander. Creighton developed Kalkbrenner, guys like that. Whereas Nebraska has relied pretty heavily on that transfer portal. I'm curious to see if Fred Hoiberg can continue to make that climb and really make Nebraska, on par with Creighton in a basketball sense in the state.
You got work to do.
Yeah.
You got work to do. You would hope that what transpired in the transfer portal against Nebraska this year, you're hoping that they're just able to lay foundation. That's just one of the things that Creighton has been able to do better. I think just understanding what they're who they're looking for, what type of team they want to be, what type of program they want to be, and they've continuously sought, looked after, found those developmental pieces that they got them in young, kept them into the system. Quick question though. Do you think the loss of Nembhard hurt them this year? Or do you think it was better because what's the young fella's name?
Ashworth. They're different players. Ashworth was a knockdown three-point shooter. That definitely fit Creighton's system in that way. But I almost wonder if a guy like Ryan Nembhard, he was a capable shooter, but not nearly as good as Ashworth was, would have been nice to give them a different dynamic. Right, because Alexander's kind of the mid-range merchant. Shireman can create on his own, was probably best, secondarily. I almost wonder if Nembhard getting downhill all the way to the rim with drive and kick might have been, just that little different element who fits well enough into what Creighton wants to do, but might have spiced things up when they needed it.
Yeah, okay. I can get down. I can get jiggy with that.
No.
I can get jiggy with that.
Definitely didn't make a bad choice going up to Gonzaga, though.
No. I mean, obviously they weren't the traditional Zags, but he still had success there. Good for him.
They were much better by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The other little bit of news to pass along is we heard from Matt Rule today. His spring press conference, last one before the spring game, gave us a look at the format, and it's really straightforward. They're going to play football. No funky scoring systems.
Good.
No weird rules like that. It sounds like it'll be the 1s and the 3s against the 2s for the most part. So it'll be 1s versus 2s to start. The 1s will gradually get subbed out of the game, and then it'll be 2s versus 3s. Veterans, guys that have been held out of practices and scrimmages before. Matt Rule says he anticipates them playing at least a play, whatever that's supposed to mean. So yes, you'll still see the 1s probably in very limited capacity. But Strick, I like that it's no frills, right? For all the talk of this team thrives off of competition, we've loved seeing how these guys compete. The best way to do that is just to line them up and let them go play football.
Yeah. I mean, you've been dancing with each other. You've been practicing. You've been competing. You've been looking at each other's same colors, red, green, all these different things. And now you're going to get a chance to really lay it on the line. Yes, you don't want to go super hard, especially at your quarterbacks or anything like that, but everything else is open season. Let's go. Now you don't want to do no side cut. You don't want to do nothing that's going to put somebody in jeopardy of possibly losing their season, but you want to get after it. Like, let's see where we're really at. This is competition going to be at its highest, because I venture to say that during the spring, Austin, is when the establishments are made as far as your depth charts. Yes, there'll be subtle movements of the depth chart when you get into the fall. The new additions, and I'm not talking about the singing group.
There's only one new addition.
There's only one new addition, not the new additions, but the new additions to the team are going to start somewhere down the totem pole. It's always tough to work up. It takes time. It's tough to learn a system. You've got to come in and learn just how to live on your own. You've got to learn how to get yourself prepared, what your schedules is going to look like. You got to deal with academics. You got to get used to living in the dorms, and all of this is about to hit you. Once you get into summer, yeah, you're going to get here. It's going to feel like camp for the newcomers in the summer. It's going to feel like when you go to a camp, they put you in a dorm, there's nobody there. It's going to be a lot of that. You'll have some summer school. You'll get a little bit of the feel but it's going to really hit you, and it's going to hit you fast, and time's going to go expeditiously once you finally jump into the school season, and it's going to happen in weeks.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes young men aren't ready for that. They're not ready for that transition. You can't train it. You can't simulate it. There's really not much you can do. I mean, you can be mature for it. Hopefully you've got parents that have kind of used high school stuff to kind of, I would say that's what my dad did. You know, my dad used high school stuff, discipline, things he allowed me to do, didn't allow me to do, I had to do before I could do, you know, he taught me all that, which then when I got into college, it was now, okay, I can do that, but I've got this tomorrow. Now I knew how to kind of juggle a little bit of that stuff. So that's good. That's going to hit pretty quick. And I think it's tougher for the youngers to come in. Not unless you're built like a Tommy Frazier, where you know who you are, you know what you learn, you apply your face down into the assignments. You're grading well, and you're just super good. You know, that's the ones that overcome.
Right.
I don't know if Nebraska has a full treasure trove of that. We'll see. But I think the ones that are here, they're going to get a head start on everything because they're working from behind when that new group comes in.
They really are. And that's why there's going to be one freshman or one newcomer, at least, that flashes in the spring game. It happens every year. I'm curious to see who that random seeming standout is going to be. Like one year it was A.J. Rollins at tight end, led in receiving yards, but then promptly switched from tight end to defensive end with a lot of tight ends coming in, in his class and then right behind him. Someone's going to stand out. And no, the spring game isn't the barometer for everything. But to your point, Strick, this is the culmination. This is the 15th practice of trying to establish yourself in the depth chart. Yeah, it can move, it can shake based on injuries and portal and whatnot, and summer workouts and all that. But I think the guys who are going to be most successful in the spring game are probably the ones who have had 14 good practices already, who know that they have a lot on the line in the spring game and they want to leave a good last impression before they focus on the rest of their school year and into summer workouts.
Yeah, I can remember when I was first going to be a pro. There were like things that I knew and I understood. I knew that my time was short. I wasn't going to get a lot of court time compared to the players. I knew that injuries were going to happen. And if it happened in my grouping of guards, then I needed to be ready to be able to step into the void. I knew that when those individuals were on the court before me, make sure you know what the heck they're doing so that they don't have to open their mouth to you and basically let that sit in their mind that you're not prepared, you're not ready, you're not paying attention. You don't want any sign of that. That's why I always was one. And I always noticed those that didn't do that, how quickly they were gone. So those are things that I think they're going to pay attention to. I think it's going to be the little things also. I think it's going to be the things that you know what your groupings are. You know if you are on a certain package. Are you aware and listening? Are you paying attention? Are you hip to down score and situation? I think coaches look at that more than you think. So it's not always performance. It's not always what they see on tape. Yes, that helps, because you have to wonder when guys, Austin, are talented. You've heard from the staff, man, they look amazing. But what is it that they're not playing? Like McLean, right?
Up at Colorado.
Like he's every bit as talented as Travis Hunter. Why isn't he playing? So it's something else. It's other little things, and I think that's something to pay attention to as you continue to see who's who, who's doing what. Are they listening to the staff? All of that stuff is going to be applicable.
And that doesn't just apply to quarterbacks. That applies to everyone,
Yeah.
right? In that conversation we've had about Nebraska basketball, not recognizing mismatches or getting out of them, it shouldn't take a point guard to recognize that. It can't be the quarterback's job to make sure everyone knows, down, time, score, situation, right? Yes, he needs to know. He needs to make sure everyone else knows. But you're a Division I college football player. If you're not paying attention at this point, where's your mind? I'm wondering about that, because that's a basic, simple thing that you can take off a young quarterback's plate. Yeah. Heinrich Harburg, started a handful of games. Still a young guy when it comes to the quarterback position. If it's not him, it's probably going to be one of the two true freshmen in Raiola or Kalen who gets the starting nod. Anything the upperclassmen on offense can do to not hold their quarterback's hand, but take a little something off their plate or reinforce it, remind them of it to be there for their quarterbacks, that's going to go a long, long way. And not just building trust, but in helping Nebraska pick up pesky win number 6.
Yeah, one of the things you got to root out in this time, in this situation, even in the NIL part of things, you've got to root out those individuals that just want to be there for the tunnel walk. Those individuals that just want to be there for the jersey, for the black shirt, for you want to root that out, because it's identifiable. It's identifiable by how they're operating within their reps.
Mm-hmm.
It's identifiable by how they're running on punts or kickoffs, or, are they giving maximum effort in, your weak side safety, a weak side DB. Are you tracking for cutbacks or anything? Are you disciplined as far as holding the edge? Are you just leaping in the gaps just because it's open?
Because it looks like there's a play there.
Yeah. Those things you really have to, you want to root that out now. You want to root that out, identify it, make sure they correct it, or you want to root that out because they're just here and they're not listening, they're not paying attention. Because that's when you want to identify who's next up. You want to do that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Guys on the text line, on the comment section, please do send in the name of your favorite team and where they're drafting, who you want them to draft here in tonight's first round. We will get into the NFL draft here moving forward. Starting with this. Who's QB4? There might not even be consensus on who QB2 or 3 are. But, Strick, I want to know, in your opinion, who is the 4th best quarterback in this upcoming NFL draft? We'll get through that question and plenty more when we get back here to On the Block, sponsored by NEPCO.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Koppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APR starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lots of NFL draft conversation coming your way here throughout the rest of the show. Give us your favorite team. Give us who you want them to draft, either on our text line at 402-464-5685 or on the YouTube stream Twitch stream, Twitter stream, Facebook stream. We see the comments. We have them. We will get to them. The question that gets asked the most, who's QB1? I think there's a pretty good consensus right now that it's Caleb Williams in this class. QB2, QB3 in whatever order. Jaden Daniels and Drake May. Seems like Daniels is probably trending toward QB2 and May's QB3. But again, just kind of depends on your preferences. But Strick, I ask you, not a lot of people talk about QB4 in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of options there. J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, Spencer Rattler in this draft. Who's QB4 for you in the 2024 NFL draft?
When I look at it, I think about one winning attitude, success, can do both, showed that he's got feet, showed that he has the ability to make the throw, make the play. So he's not going to hurt you. He's not one of those shoot from the hip type of guys. You probably can assess that he has some astuteness to him. And that would, for me, would be probably J.J. McCarthy. I think it's a good fit for Minnesota. Stylistically, he's already from the North region. Well, played there.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they play in the Dome, but I still just think fit and, what they have. I mean, their issue is going to be bigger than just the quarterback issue. They got an issue of trying to keep one of the best receivers in the NFL there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there's got to be discussions about that. But I would say he has more to bring with to the table, especially coming off of winning a natty. The way he did it, I think he showed a little bit more than what even people's perception of him was. So there's where I would probably look at him. There's another person that I think is battling in that zone with that similar kind of style. Showed more of that style where McCarthy brings his toughness, his leadership, and the athletic playmaking ability. Probably a few rungs below like a Caleb Williams, but I still think has those abilities. 6'2", 219, good body. Was Bo Nix. So if you're going to look at maybe an option there, but my thing with Bo Nix is he has a little bit of everything. His arm is okay. Athletic, good. Accuracy, okay. Been there, done that, shown experience-wise. So I think his ability to have command over, a more style of play where there's some improvising, as well as pocket passer system. I think he has that ability. But to me, I think you're more on solid ground with that. Instead of a little bit of everything, you have probably a little bit more of what you can identify with J.J. McCarthy as opposed to just a little bit of everything.
One guy you didn't mention was Penix. Why is he out of QB4 conversation for you?
I think what worries Penix, I think Penix could be a good fit for Minnesota. I think just what worries people is the fact of the injuries. It's that lasting impression that people had. They felt with the level of competition playing against, Texas and
then Michigan
was not able to make the throws. What was it? He looked, he in a lot of his other games, he looked like a beast, like he was unstoppable. But he missed a lot of throws. And that could, on top of the injuries, give somebody a little bit of pause if you're going to try to make him pause.
Thank you.
If you're going to make him your guy. You know what I mean? So I still think someone's gonna jump on him late in the first round. He throws easily downfield. He's shown to be accurate. Hasn't really shown mobility. So a team that probably feels good about their line control and their ability to solidify pockets, somebody will probably take a look at him at their quarterback potentially. But it's going to be a flyer because you just don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty that comes with that. So that's why I probably have him down.
On the text line, Kent asks, you think the Vikings get a viable quarterback at 11? Kent, that is a perfect question to set the stage for us here in just a little bit. I think the Vikings are looking at a quarterback. I don't know if they can wait till number 11. Coming up at 3:00, we're going to talk through some of the teams that would be best served by trading up and some of the teams would be best served by trading down. The Vikings are one of those teams. You can probably get the way we're leaning with that, but stay tuned for that. As I look at this here, Strick, I like the direction you're going with J.J. McCarthy because all of these quarterbacks after the top three have questions and aren't perfect prospects, right? There's no such thing as a perfect prospect, really. But Williams answered a lot of questions with his play on the field. Daniels has improved pretty much every year in college. In Drake May, you can see that Josh Allen starter kit.
Yeah.
With all the rest of these guys, there's a question. For J.J. McCarthy, it's, was he successful because of his team context? Did he elevate the team or did the team elevate him? There's room for a game manager in the NFL, but do you take a game manager
that high?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
The question with Penix is, like you said, funky motion, lefty, injury prone. Slight build, good pocket mobility, can move around a little bit, can make all the throws, but man, small quarterbacks get banged up. It hasn't taken much to get him hurt. And then Bo Nix, the question for me is age. He's got to come in from day one, essentially, and be ready to start. He was in college for seemingly ever. He's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, quarterback prospect being talked about here in this kind of top 4, top 6 conversation. So if Bo Nix isn't ready to start from day one, that's a problem because he should be the most ready to go at this point of these guys in this QB4 conversation. I'm a little worried that Bo Nix is the next Kenny Pickett to some degree. I think Bo Nix got better throughout college. Pickett just had really that one big year exploding onto the scene, and good for him.
I'm not mad at that, but I actually I'm not mad at that. I like where you're going. But I'm more worried about Drake May being that. But I like where you're going. But go ahead.
I just Pickett was a little older, should have been a little more ready, and I feel like Pittsburgh reached for him.
Facts.
If he's a third or a fourth round guy, that's
you're
fine.
Okay with it.
But
right.
taking him that early there, didn't love that from Pittsburgh. I've heard Bo Nix and read that he's linked to Denver. Yeah, Sean Payton better think he has his next Drew Brees right there, ready from day one. I'm not sold on that. Penix, I don't want to hold this player against him, but Bryce Young scares me as it relates to Michael Penix. Because of the size, because of the frame.
Yep.
Both have good arms, both have the intangible qualities. Bryce is probably a little better on the move outside the pocket. Penix slightly taller, I believe, probably a little better moving around in the pocket. Both surrounded by a lot of NFL talent, both, playoff caliber teams. But the size, it does scare me. It's not everything, but you have to be incredibly special to overcome that. And I just don't think the odds are in his favor, which is why I land on McCarthy. It's hard to make a guy less injury prone, and it's impossible to age backwards. McCarthy, you can season him. You can, put him on the grill and, toss some different spices on him to get him ready to play. You can give him reps and develop him. We've seen arm talent. We've seen creativity. I mean, Michigan sent 18 dudes to the combine. He knows how to play with NFL talent. It's not like he was responsible for playing out of system all the time. So I get wanting to see more out of him.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's easiest to get a guy more reps. So I'm with you in that J.J. McCarthy is QB4 in this year's draft.
All right. We good. What else?
Other names.
Do I need to throw more names out at you?
Well, other names down the list. Spencer Rattler, who was a candidate a few years ago to go 1-1 before he was supplanted. Pratt from Tulane.
Travis.
I know Rico was talking about Jordan Travis for the Patriots. I was trying to look up comparisons during that segment, and I saw Trace McSorley thrown around for Jordan Travis. I'm rooting for the guy. Hope he comes back healthy. But again, that's a limited track record. If he had one more year in college to prove it, maybe he goes higher. But I think Jordan Travis is just depth, Strick. I really do.
I agree. I don't think he's a game changer, but someone who is a Cinderella potential story who has tremendous upside if he can get his mind right. I think if he gets in the right system, I think if he gets on the right organization that is good at developing and has a quarterback mindset is Joe Milton. I think his upside is tremendous because his arm, you can't teach. You can't teach what he has. You got to just develop. You got to develop his accuracy. You've got to develop his poise. You got to develop. But here's the thing: a lot of the things that they were saying about your boy up in Indianapolis, what's his name?
Anthony Richardson.
There it is. AK. I'm sorry.
AR.
AR. Yeah. 1-5. But nonetheless, he gives me those vibes where the expectation or the thought about Anthony Richardson was limited in its scope or potential or upside.
Mm-hmm.
But he showed and proved that you're wrong. If Joe has that same mentality, doesn't get lost in the sauce, doesn't get literally wears it on his sleeve that he knows he's better and's been slighted, and takes those tools and begin to just shape them and craft them and make them sharper, I think he has more upside. I mean, because he's got everything. He's got the frame, he's got the size, he's got the arm, he's got all 6'5", 230. He's a big body. He's not super in running, but he can. He can.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's got just tremendous upside.
I feel you. I see where you're coming from. We still have $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings to give away. We will not play the shootout today. No music. Sorry, Stricky.
It's all right.
But here's the trivia question. We'll give it to the first person in with the answer on either the text line or our YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter streams. Who was the final quarterback selected in last year's NFL draft? Who was the final quarterback selected in last year's NFL draft? 402-464-5685 or at the comment section, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We'll take a break, wrap up hour one with this question. Who is the former Husker most likely to get drafted over the weekend? We'll answer that, give our takes, and then wrap up hour one of On the Block in just a sec.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel with Gatorade, brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Lincoln, a proud partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give
John Henry's
a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
It's officially one of the greatest weeks of the year on the sports calendar, Masters Week. Book your tee time today with friends, family, or coworkers at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Doors open at 10 a.m. from Thursday to Sunday, and they'll have food directly from Augusta National, like pimento cheese sandwiches, Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, and lots more, plus specialty drinks to get you in the mood for the greatest golf tournament in the world. Book a bay today at doubleeagle.golf.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons, football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated. It's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador online at prg-ne.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back for just a couple minutes here, wrapping up hour one of On the Block. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, Erick Strickland. Stricky, we know Nebraska had a long NFL draft streak, snapped not too long, just a few years ago, I believe. Picked back up, but is there going to be a Husker get drafted this year? I would say I'm not necessarily confident if it is going to continue. Is it Omar Brown, Quentin Newsom, Nuri Nwili, someone else that gets drafted for the Big Red?
That's a tough one. I don't Dang, that's a tough one. Maybe Newsom late. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I don't think any of the linebackers. I mean, if any of the linebackers, probably not Heinrich, maybe Reimer late. But those are guys that you probably, I mean, there's really no one that like showed up and blew the combine out.
No. Not
like Cam did. Like, Cam like literally blew people's minds out at the combine.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see anything like that, because even if you draft them late, you can still get them on the free agent market. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody does this year.
I'm with you. Just to make sure I have my facts straight. So the draft streak was snapped in 2019. Nebraska didn't have anyone drafted. 2020, the Davis brothers got drafted. 2021, it was Hymas and Farniok. 3 players in 2022, Cam Jurgens, Cam Taylor-Britt, and then Samori Toure. And then last year, took a little while, but a couple of 6th-round picks, O'Shawn Mathis and Trey Palmer. To me, it's Omar Brown, if anyone's going to go. I think he's shown he can be a cover safety, which is really the way the NFL is moving. Can tackle enough in the box. Not out of this world athletic testing, but, adequate, good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Newsom, I think, had a shot to be that guy a few years ago, but Strick, there just wasn't enough disruption, right? Solid enough cover guy, but I also don't think playing in the Big Ten West did him any favors. There's not a lot of good quarterback play in that division, so guys were scared to throw at him. He's a good player, was a good player for Nebraska, but it's hard for me to say that he consistently changed games, or even if he was changing games, Nebraska didn't capitalize on it. Tested, pretty average in terms of his athleticism and size and everything. So there's a good player there who I think can carve out a role as a 4th or 5th DB and be a special teams guy. I like where your head's at with Reimer, because that's a guy who is a tackle machine, right? Knows for the football, really good side to side. But then again, the size comes into account. And the fact that he was banged up and dealing with injuries. The last guy that maybe there's a chance for is Phelan Sanford. But again, that seems like a guy that you can get as an undrafted free agent. And then I think he's a practice squad and depth guy. So I wouldn't be shocked if we sit here on Monday and say, hey, for the second time in 6 years, 5 years, Nebraska didn't have anyone drafted.
Yeah.
And that's got to change.
I think probably following up you this year, now that you've got continuity, it's tough when you have first year, staffs.
Yeah.
You have to make adjustments in style of play. You obviously shift your defense. So that's one thing. There was a lot of inconsistency on the line, a lot of injuries. So there wasn't really to me an ability to get a lot of continuity.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't enough success to bring the eyes to the to the table. So when you think about it like that, I think this is really a year where you're probably going to be able to see it a little bit more. You're hoping that some of the receiving core will be able to do and have the type of impact that like a Trey Palmer had.
Mm-hmm. Toure.
Yeah, Samori Toure. Like you're hoping that maybe somebody in the new secondary can raise up and be just one of those, because it's versatility that keeps you on roster.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can do special teams well, you can play at the nickel. You could also be a corner. I mean, the more versatile you are, and I think that's what Nebraska's defense provides for them, versatility. Guys that maybe rush-ins here could be three, 4 drops, and just you can kind of see them being placed in a certain way, but they're good enough to rush. They're good enough to drop. They have, you're hoping that the style is going to provide that for you. You're hoping that now a solid quarterback is going to be able to get those receivers the looks. Maybe a running back can pop out like a Dardell,
right?
Give you vibes like a Derrick Henry or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying you're just, that's what you're hoping for, but you just don't know. You just got to hope that there's enough success to bring the eyeballs here, so that you're looking at a team and a roster that has options to maybe be seen, and not hope for later in the Senior Bowls and you get into those later. You're hoping that during the season they're able to do that.
For sure. Got that $30 of Buffalo Wings and Rings to give away. 79-26. Giving it to you. Max Duggan is the correct answer. Taken in the 7th round, 10-15 picks before the very end. Send us your name, 79-26. We'll put your name on $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Stop by the station to pick that up. Big thanks to Buffalo Wings and Rings for sponsoring the Shootout with Strick. We play that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Royals in a rain delay right now, still leading 2-1 over the Blue Jays in the top of the 6th inning. We will keep you posted on whether or not we are going live over the air or if they're waiting out the storms down there in KC. But come back with us. We're going to answer Kent's question. Can the Vikings get a quarterback at 11? That depends on if they want to trade up or feel the need to trade up. Who should trade up? Who should trade down? We'll get into that and more NFL draft talk here during On the Block.
Will your path take you, traveler, to seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful, with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
If the week's been too hectic to even think about dinner, or your family can't handle one more night of leftovers, then it's time to let Hog Wild do the cooking. Hog Wild's family packs are one heck of a good deal for a complete barbecue meal loaded with all the smoked meats, tasty sides, buns, and sauces you need to feed your family. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
The need in our community, if you just look at the numbers, it's frightening. We're serving over 1,000 kids every day. With the passion of our people, I really feel like our potential to be of even greater service to kids and families who are struggling is just unlimited. But in order to have the greatest impact, we need all the help we can get from the community.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Yes. It is the 3 o'clock hour, the second hour of On the Block. You are here, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com is where you be, and we appreciate you for listening in 2 to 4 each and every day, 5 days a week. You can find us here. Thank you to NEPCO and their continued sponsorship of our show right here on the block. But we're going to continue on in the discussion of football talk. Austin, we ran through the whole gamut. We ran through the quarterback. We talked about Husker football and spring game that's on the way. Now there's draft decisions that have to be made. There are GMs right now weighing all options, weighing all situations, seeing if we can make additions without losing too much. Is it a must? There's a lot of decisions that have to be made at this particular point, but there's specific decisions because there are people that are lying in a position right now that have the heavy weight of, do we take or do we wait? If we wait, is it a mistake? Like there's a lot of that going on right now. And so let's get into the topic of which NFL teams should trade up, should make their decision, or should trade back and hope for the best. What's your initial thoughts? What's your initial takes? We all know that probably the Chicago Bears are not going to pass.
Imagine
or should
if they did, though. Imagine if they did,
That's crazy, right? Would that like blow everybody's mind right now?
I think it would. The only reason I don't think they pass is because they have another pick later in the first round. So if you're going to have 2 first-round picks, you may as well take one of them at number 1 and get a quarterback.
Yeah, because it's not often that you get to number 1.
Better not be often to get to number 1. If you're the Browns or the Rams, you're up there.
You're getting fired. Okay.
Let's start with this, with Kent. You think the Vikings get a viable quarterback at 11? That's an interesting spot for the Vikings to be, because my guess would be that it goes Williams, Daniels, May. Depends on who the Vikings like the most, and depends on what New England wants to do. If New England...
So the Vikings right now are at 5, projected.
That's the trade up. They would have to trade with the Chargers to get there.
They would have to trade with the Chargers to get there, right?
So that's the question. How high does Minnesota want to go, and who's their target? Because if Minnesota has...
Because the Chargers don't need them.
They do not. If Minnesota's intel is pointing to New England wanting to stock the cupboard instead of go quarterback, and Minnesota can spring all the way up to number 3, it's worth at least inquiring on. But then you have to worry about, are the Raiders trading up? Do the Giants love their situation with Daniel Jones? Or are they trying to get their next guy for after him already? There might be some competition for that pick if New England wants to trade it.
Yeah, because they're not far away.
They're not.
They're not far away.
They're not.
No, the Giants aren't. They're 6 right now. So it's not a crazy thing to say for them. But obviously, if you do that, one of the needs that they've had and that they've missed on, just in this initial discussion, since we're kind of briefly touched the Giants, you probably could land Malik Neighbors at 6 if you're the Giants.
You could.
But you don't know if you have the quarterback that you really want. Is there somebody in there that you really want? Is it worth us to make this jump and miss out on, I think Malik Neighbors is on par with Marvin Harrison Williams.
Sure.
I really do. But, you would love to have both of them. They're teammates. I mean, they've been used to throwing to each other. You'd love to land both of them, but that's probably not going to happen. So what's your thought?
Sticking with Minnesota, I think it's interesting too, because they're competing with Denver, just one spot behind them right now in the order at number 12. You can't tell me that Sean Payton feels good about his quarterback room. Zach Wilson and Jarrett Stidham in that quarterback room right now, it's a problem. They need to address it. So does Denver trade up to try to go get the quarterback of the future for Sean Payton to mold and shape and put his fingerprints on? Do they go to 3? Do they go to 4? If you're the Cardinals, it would probably be hard to pass up Harrison Jr. I'd have to be blown away by an offer. But if I can trade back, a few spots to 11, 12, 13, whatever, can I trade back up, right? Can I give the Chargers more picks to get back to number 5? Can I convince the Titans, who are starting a rebuild, to take a couple more picks so I can get back to 7 and then take a receiver like that if I'm the Cardinals? So there could be a lot of movement in the top 10 tonight, or there could be none. Everything could just go chalk. I doubt that's going to be the case. I want to see some craziness. Strick, it feels like it's been a long time since we've seen a lot of wheeling and dealing in the first round, since we've seen a lot of that creativity and picks going back and forth. I want to see some of that tonight. And I think the fact that there are so many quarterbacks, that at least 4 of them who are worthy of a first round grade for the most part, and so many talented wide receivers, that makes a difference. The top defensive player right now isn't slated to go till 8th or 9th with Atlanta or Chicago's second pick. This is an offense-heavy draft. So if there are contenders that feel good about their defense and want to beef up their offense a little bit, maybe you get a surprise trade into the upper half of the first round. I don't know, but I hope we see something like that.
You said something about the receivers. So here's a quick question. How high do you think Ordunze goes? Just second round?
No, he's a first.
He's a firster?
Yeah.
Late? Mid?
He's third receiver off the board.
I think he's third off, no doubt.
Probably not top 10, but he might be top 15, top 20.
Yeah.
And that gets me to this question then, Strike. For other teams that might consider trading up, what do you do if you're Buffalo and Stephon Diggs is gone? Do you mortgage a little bit to try to go get a young receiver to pair with Josh Allen? If you're the Chiefs, do you try to trade? Do you trade for Ayuk from San Francisco, or do you leverage a little bit of your future to move up and get a Dunze? something like that. Like these teams that are there that we know are contenders, is it worth it for them to go a little bit more all in?
So one of the issues that they have right now is just cap space is really hurt, right? For Kansas City.
Yes.
Cap space is a major problem. I mean, shout out to them and their leadership and their organization and their ability to navigate the waters of the crazy cap space that they've had to do in order to keep the right type of players and still be able to get the job done.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think they would be better off in trade with maybe some picks to try to land a top tier type of, person that's going to be under a rookie scale for a little while to pair that where you don't have to make the decision. You don't have to, one off it and hope that Ayuk is still Ayuk. You can develop.
Who's going to want a bag?
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't think you want that situation. I personally, with a situation like that, or with even Denver's window is closed because it's not a destination. It's not a destination location for free agents. It's
not anymore.
Not anymore. So they've got to make a move. How they make the move is going to be an interesting thing and see how it plays out tonight. But they definitely are organizations that I think need to make a move because they've missed in the free agent market. They've missed in the trade market, especially Kansas City. They've missed in the trades. They found a nice little gem in Rice.
Pacheco late in the
round. You know what I mean? They found a couple of gems there. So I would probably leverage early because you're probably not going to be able to get up to an earlier, but a destination to where you can land one of the prospective.
A Thomas Jr., a Worthy, a Mitchell, a guy like that.
Yeah.
Here's the next question for you on Kansas City, Strick. I believe their last first-round pick they used on offense was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right after they won a Super Bowl. It's been a while since they've invested in the first round on offense. Do you think
line?
Line.
I would go line.
You would?
Line
Okay.
or defense.
Okay.
Because Jones, you're able to keep him, but they're getting elderly. So pricey. So I would like to have somebody because you can get them late right now. There's not super high level talent on the defensive side, on the defensive line like there was last year.
Yeah.
So they're there, but I still think you can find a gem later that you can get training behind someone like Jones. You know what I mean? Put them in place because eventually I don't think his contract is going to play out to full.
Right.
I think you're going to want to move him. I think you're going to want to trade him. I think you're going to want to unload a lot of that cap, but you want to have somebody behind him that is able to maybe have a good impact on the interior.
The other reason I think Kansas City might want to go offense is the Patrick Mahomes factor.
Yeah.
Strick, you saw that man on the sideline last year. Heated, not happy. Now he's Patrick Mahomes, right? He can make magic happen. The Chiefs super duper backdoored their way to a Super Bowl with a pretty meh supporting cast. And Rice was good. He broke out a little bit. Pacheco was solid, and Kelsey's still Kelsey. Not that Patrick Mahomes is in any, danger of demanding a trade now and again, but I almost wonder if it wouldn't be wise for Kansas City to invest a first-round pick in a receiver, or do they trade up and go get Bowers to sit behind Kelsey for a year or two to develop? Because you got to keep the star quarterback happy. You can't rely on him to work his magic with a supporting cast like that year after year. If you have the chance, if you trust Spagnuolo and the pieces that he has, his ability to scheme up a defense, I would love to see Kansas City's board to see if they want to keep the defensive train rolling or if it's time to, give a little something back to Patrick Mahomes to the cost-controlled skill position.
I want to retort this back because my thing is, one thing that we've seen about the success of a dynasty, they're kind of teetering. They're on the verge. They're the newfound, definitely dynasty.
They're the Warriors right now,
right? But one of the things that the GOAT Tom Brady did do was he was able to relinquish some salary.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes' salary is astronomical. Why is it that why is it that Travis Kelce is the one that's leveraging his success? He's sacrificed now for a couple of years. Why? What is it about P. Mahomes that he won't make that sacrifice?
You know what's actually...
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying anything in particular. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
You know what's really funny about that is that Patrick Mahomes isn't the highest paid player in football anymore. Patrick Mahomes is making $45 million per year, which is insane. But guess who else is making 45? Kirk Cousins. Deshaun Watson's making $46 million a year. Kyler Murray's making 46.1.
Crazy.
Jalen Hurts, 51. Lamar Jackson, 52. Justin Herbert, 52.5. Joe Burrow, 55.
Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Strick, Patrick Mahomes is a bargain.
Right now.
Not
Dang,
to say...
So I didn't even say, I'm out of line for even opening my mouth.
But no, you're onto something, because Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes became the first team and player to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback making more than, I think, 15% of the cap, right? But think about how every offseason we're having these conversations about, can they extend Kelce? Can they extend Chris Jones? It seems like they like every other offseason, something like that.
Yeah.
Like every other offseason, it was, this key piece is going to leave.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Right? So I think you're right in that Patrick Mahomes could restructure, could go the Tom Brady route, and that would free up space and probably save a few headaches. I mean, it's all worked out so far for him. I'm sure they wouldn't trade it. But Kansas City's walking a very fine line. Maybe Chris Jones, if he gets disrespected one more time, he actually walks and holds out and doesn't show back up. Maybe Travis Kelce says, I want one big contract and then I'm done. And that's it. And he walks away without a replacement. Kansas City, I think, has done a good job so far in sustaining what it is they're doing as long as they have. But I almost wonder if they're almost going not far enough, right? They don't have to go all in 1 year like the Rams did. Win that Super Bowl, everyone ages out. You just kind of ride it out as long as you can. Kansas City's walked that line between reloading and contending every year really well, I think, because of Patrick Mahomes. But sooner or later, the bill comes due for everyone. And like we've seen with the Golden State Warriors, right? Paying Steph, Clay, and Draymond that much. And then Wiggins, I guess, got the big extension too. The Chiefs have that big three, taking up the majority of their cap space in Mahomes, or at least a plurality of their cap space in Mahomes, Jones, and Kelce.
Yeah.
I think it would behoove all three of those guys to get together and say, we want to be paid fair market value, but also we want to win more Super Bowls together. There's got to be some middle ground that they can reach with Brett Veach to make sure they don't have to just go for one last ride, but also so they don't have to blow it all up with all of them leaving at once.
Okay. Well, so here's one other thing I'm going to throw it out. We got a little bit more time.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the move for the Tennessee Titans? They made a decision that Will Levis is Will Levis good enough, or is it time to throw somebody into the mix? Are they in a good spot to get somebody? It looks to me that they may be eyeing something to do, but they're also probably wanting to shore up probably on the offensive line. I think you probably can still get Joe Alt at that position if they decided to go that route. He's an All-American. He's a son of Chiefs lineman and legend John Alt. This young man is regarded as one of the best blocking tackles in the business right now. Easily plug and play to put on that blind side. With Levis being there at this particular point, they've shored up a lot of their free agency stuff as far as getting some skill position guys. With Calvin Ridley coming, they got Tony Pollard. They're
DeAndre
Hopkins as well, right? So are they wanting in to maybe jump in the play? You also right behind them have Atlanta. Are they satisfied with where they're at? Is this the time to make a move? I don't know. Who would be one to consider next?
Yeah, Atlanta is interesting to me. Do they go defense because they got a defensive-minded head coach in Raheem Morris in the building? Or do they try to add to their skill position crew, right? Do they try to give Kirk Cousins one more weapon to go along with Bijan, Drake London, who's been fine, not great, and then Kyle Pitts, who needs to have a big year this year? Tennessee's interesting to me. I don't think their defense is very good. Hasn't been for a few years. They're obviously outside of the Derrick Henry era now. They have to figure out who they are and what that identity is. Getting Calvin Ridley pisses me off. Like, how are the Titans able to get away with that? But also, don't forget, they also traded for L'Jarius Sneed from the Chiefs. They're going to have some bills that they got to pay this year. What I wouldn't like as a Colts fan, but I don't think the Titans are going to do, but what I think would make them scary is if Neighbors drops to 7 and they take him there. I don't know if he drops past the Giants, but if the Giants trade back and say they have more holes and Neighbors is still there and available, I don't know, man. I wouldn't hate that for Tennessee.
Wow. Okay. That was just something to throw out as well.
How about this then, Strick? You mentioned the Bears probably not
there
trading
you go.
number
They're
one.
at 9.
Do they leverage that pick at all
Right.
to get Minnesota? Maybe if JJ McCarthy is their guy and he's still on the board at 9, does Denver try to trade up to 9? Does Minnesota have to do that to keep Denver from doing it?
Well, you could. I mean, because they do have some holes that they probably need to fill, but you possibly could be looking at Odunze coming off. So now you've got a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You have what's the receiver that was traded
DJ
there?
Moore and Keenan Allen.
DJ Moore, a veteran in Keenan Allen, and you can throw if you throw Odunze in the slot with that group, you've got something. All you gotta do is protect him at that point.
Yeah.
Protect him, let him do what he do. He's got weapons at that particular point. So I don't know. Do you pull the trigger there with the 1 and 9, or do you add and maybe do some other things and fill some other areas?
It intrigues me.
Yeah.
My guess is they keep it, but again, it's not like Chicago just has 1 or 2 holes to fill.
They have a lot.
They got a lot to go through. All right, we've reached the fan segment of the picks. We'll take a break. When we get back, we'll go through a couple of fan suggestions and fan questions for what they want their teams to do, including the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Strick, Austin, on the block, brought to you by Nebco. Back after this.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel with Gatorade, brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Lincoln, a proud partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
It's officially one of the greatest weeks of the year on the sports calendar, Masters Week. Book your tee time today with friends, family, or coworkers at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Doors open at 10 a.m. from Thursday to Sunday, and they'll have food directly from Augusta National, like pimento cheese sandwiches, Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, and lots more. Plus specialty drinks to get you in the mood for the greatest golf tournament in the world. Book a bay today at doubleeagle.golf.
School tells you all about the four seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Talking some more NFL draft here on the show. We'll wrap up the show with some NBA talk, including the Heat evening the series in which teams down 2-0 need to get on the board at home. But jumping back into the NFL draft here first, Augie asks, do you think Kansas City could or would look at Xavier Worthy out of Texas? Comes down to, do they like Xavier Worthy? Do they like A.D. Mitchell? Or again, is this the year for Kansas City to make that big move, to trade up for a guy that they can pair with Mahomes for cheap for the next 4 years? Worthy's good, Mitchell's good, but can they find a partner to get even higher? And can the Chiefs steal a Dunze? Can they steal Brian Thomas Jr., Brock Bowers, a guy like that? Kansas City really fascinates me at number 32 in the draft.
What do they got though? Like, you know, they move. I think some of their key pieces, obviously they move. Like, for example, they leveraged the Honey Badger. They leveraged Snead. They leveraged who else?
Kansas City's got a first, second, third, fourth. They have 2/5.
I still think they need to. I still
they
think
have a
they
1,
need to.
2, 3, 4, 5, and a few sevenths next year as well.
I still think they need to leverage an elderly player with some value, similar to like Bobby Wagner. Has some money on the books, and I don't know who that player is, but I'm just giving you an example. somebody that has the skill set still. He's aging, but he still is valuable. That you throw him in, get some of the cap. Man, you may have some dead cap with it. No, hopefully not a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And leverage that player with a couple of picks that could maybe get you there.
Which makes me wonder if they traded Snead too early or they had to do it because of NFL deadlines.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so difficult. I think it's hard, man. I think it's hard to do it what is harder? Is it harder to do it in the NFL, the NBA, or in Major League Baseball? To really be creative?
There's not, it's different kinds of creativity, right? Because in the NFL, you have 7 rounds of draft picks that you can trade. In the NBA, you can't trade a first-round draft pick 2 years in a row with the Stepien rule and whatnot. But I feel like there's some really creative contracts and ways you can get under the apron in the NFL and in the NBA. When it comes to the draft, there's no trading picks in baseball, but you have the pool of money, right? That you can assign or you can agree to, underslot or slightly overslot values. So I think the creativity comes in different ways. For me, and please correct me if I'm wrong or respond to this too. NFL, I think it's a lot of contract creativity to some degree, and then draft compensation. Because
if you give more bonus, it doesn't count against cap. So then their salaries are a little bit smaller, but then your risk is higher because you've given more money. Yeah. So there's ways to kind of mitigate that.
Yes.
Or extending a contract.
Right.
Like this is the situation Dallas finds himself in. They either get hit hard with a high cap number by release or trade of Dak Prescott, or you extend him, which gives you a little buffer on some of that number. And it's kind of like you're almost locked into keeping him as opposed to having to do anything else with him at this point. So I'm just saying that's the part that you kind of find yourself. If you kick cans down the road, you can find yourself stuck in a rut.
You can. So yeah, I like how you phrased that. The NFL has probably the best cap creativity. I think the NBA has the best trade creativity. I mean, 3-14 deals, sign and trades, and working that all out in the way they move some draft picks too. Major League Baseball to me has the most creative contract situation. With like Julio Rodriguez's contract and Bobby Witt Jr.'s contract, just two that come to mind, right now. I feel like baseball execs do a good job of tying in the right metrics. Like I know in NBA, some of these supermaxes are tied to all NBA or all-star appearances. Baseball goes beyond that, right? It's MVP, it's rookie of the year. It's a lot more tied to innings played, games played at certain positions. So there's definitely creativity in all three of those sports. I think it just manifests differently.
Or the Ohtani extension of there's not any cap hits
that
are killing him. He's getting that on the back end. Like the ability to do that, the Bonias, I mean, their stuff.
Shohei.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We mentioned the Bears, right? And maybe at number 9, what do they do? Saw this just as we went to break. Diana Rossini for The Athletic said the Chicago Bears are very open for business at 9 and telling teams that they are ready to move for the right price. Here's why, Strick. The Bears have pick 1, pick 9, pick 75 in the 3rd round, and pick 122 in the 4th round. That's it. 4 picks, all draft for a team with more holes. Yeah, I think it would be smart to move number 9 to see if you can't get 1 or 2 picks additional for it.
Yeah, I think you need to move that. I think it's got to be the right situation. I think if you can land, if you have 9, if you can land a later round first rounder, a mid-round second, and then maybe a couple of 5ths. Like if I'm leveraging 9, I'm trying to keep something in the first, trying to definitely land something in the second, have 2 in the second, and then a couple of 5ths where I'm not getting hit money-wise or stretching or reaching, that I can pretty much find and get what I want or need on the team.
Yeah.
For some backup slotting, or maybe I take a flyer on somebody that's maybe ran under the radar or somebody that's kind of dropped.
Or if I need depth, try to get a depth guy.
Yeah. I'm at least trying to get 4.
Makes sense. Saw this story
I might even take a player.
Sure.
Like just somebody that's on your, that was the late round draft pick for you before, but somebody that I could actually fill in because I'm going to need it. Having 4 draft pick is not enough.
Not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
It's not. We see all these butterfly effect stories coming from the NFL draft, right? And this one relates to the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, right? The story that everyone knows is Buffalo traded with Kansas City to get Kansas City up to number 10 pick where they take Patrick Mahomes. Here's this streak. It goes deeper than that. Saw this from Ari Myrov, who writes for the 33rd team. Okay, so 2016 draft, Kansas City selecting number 28. They were interested in Paxton Lynch. Okay. The Broncos leapfrog the Chiefs, take Paxton Lynch at 26. Denver gives up 31 and 94 to get to 26. Kansas City would have had an extra 3rd round pick at number 91 to offer to trade up for Paxton Lynch, but the NFL took away the extra 3rd for tampering in free agency with Jeremy Maclin. Okay, here we go. Lynch's agent after the draft confirms that the Chiefs and the Cowboys were both trying to move up to get Paxton Lynch, but Denver's offer won out. So they can't get Paxton Lynch. Kansas City trades out of number 28. They go down to number 37, where they take
Patrick.
Chris Jones.
Oh, they got Chris Jones
in
there.
2016. The year before Mahomes.
Oh, wow.
So they trade from 28 to 37 after missing on Paxton Lynch. They take Chris
Mahomes
Jones.
Was 10. He was 10.
Yes, in 2017. So Kansas City's still looking for a quarterback behind Alex Smith in 2017. Then they trade with Buffalo. Then they get to number 10. Then they get Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
How about that?
Oh, no, that's crazy. Chris Jones, he looks older than that to me. He seems like he's been around a little bit longer than what is shown, but he's a phenomenal athlete. And boy, he's been a tremendous asset in the interior for them. So shout out to them.
So just think about that. The Chiefs could have had, they had Jeremy Maclin and they could have had Paxton Lynch.
Ooh, that would have been a failure.
But instead, they end up with Chris Jones and Patrick Mahomes.
Wow, that could have been a failure, massive failure. Like this whole picture could have looked way different at this particular point.
And Andy Reid doesn't have a Super Bowl
Denver's been hurting since then.
Well, they tried Osweiler before Lynch.
Yeah, golly. Wow.
Some of those stories, just the way they blend together and work out in the end.
Yeah.
Really butterfly effect.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Good stuff.
Let's take a break. Let's bring Jay in. We know we'll get more NFL draft on Old School coming up here in just a little bit. But let's wrap up on the block by talking some NBA, including the Miami Heat getting on the board in a big way against the Boston Celtics after we were just talking them up on the happy hour yesterday. We'll be back wrapping up on the block with a crossover right after that.
Bach's not happy.
Doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Koppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APR starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the block, still stream only for now, as we are still awaiting word on the weather in Kansas City. Royals lead 2-1 over the Blue Jays in the top of the sixth inning. Salvador Perez hit a 2-run homer off of Jose Barrios to give the Royals that lead. Austin Norman, Erick Strickland. Yeah, Salvi is my boy. El Nino, El Capitan.
El Capitan, El Nino.
El Mejor.
Okay, there it is. Your boy.
Me gusta Salvi muchísimo.
Okay, speak your Spanish then.
My dad's a Spanish teacher. I got it in the bag.
Tú hablando mucho.
Un poco.
Un poquito.
Un poco.
Ah, okay. Sí. Bueno. ¿Tú hablas también?
No. Hola,
Jay Foreman.
¿cómo estás? You don't even you don't even know what I say after I say hola, ¿cómo estás?
Estoy bien. ¿Y tú, señor?
Yeah. Sí. Sí.
What?
Turkey, did you pick any of that up down in Dallas? Senoritas?
No. So a lot of it started for me was, you remember I played for the Marlins?
You did.
So
Muchos Cubanos?
My teammates were, it was all the time, man. It was all the time. They'd be
like, E Stricky, what's up, man?
No, for real.
Strickland.
Strickland. That's what they used to call me. Strickland. What's up, Strickland? That's how they used to say my name.
That's pretty tight, man.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
Clemente Nunez, the Dominican fireball. He was like 16 years old, and then from Venezuela was he hit the game-winning shot.
Maglio Ordonez.
No.
Gonzalez?
No, he was a shortstop.
Renteria. Edgar Renteria.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I played with those cats, man. Rookie ball, man. You knew Edgar Renteria was gonna be him.
Yeah,
he didn't have enough velocity. Clemente Nunez didn't have enough velocity, but you could tell this young Venezuelan dude, Edgar Renteria. You could see that he was. You gonna be all right, young fella. And they was younger than me. I could say young fella.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. I'm 19 talking about young fella.
Let's talk some NBA here. They're not playing, or they do play tonight, so this is relevant to bring up here. 2 of the last 3 playoff games between the Nuggets and the Lakers have seen Denver overcome a halftime deficit of 15 or more points to win.
What's the win streak?
10. No other team has come back twice by more than 15 at half against a single opponent over the entire shot clock era. There's some voodoo. There's some voodoo going on that the Nuggets have over the Lakers.
Who's the stars on the Lakers?
Rui Hachimura. Anthony Davis.
D'Angelo Russell.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves.
That's crazy. They're breaking records over there. It's unbelievable. I didn't say nothing. This man looking at me crazy. I didn't say nothing. I just said. The Nuggets is doing their thing. That's all I say. I ain't say nothing.
You never make deals with people that don't look you in the eye when you make a compromise. You just never do that.
But I didn't say nothing. What did I say?
It's all in what you didn't say.
Wow, Jay, you gonna throw me under the bus like that?
Me? You broke the peace treaty.
I just know I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you didn't have to say it.
Wow. I'm just saying, is it not actual factuals?
That LeBron's on the team?
I didn't say him.
No. See, the thing is, Strick, here's the difference.
Here's
the difference.
He just said they broke records.
I can give LeBron his credit and also recognize the deficiency. He's on the team. But the Lakers, first of all, who they hire is just not good enough.
You saying it's that he's getting out coached?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's getting out coached.
I can see that.
Malone, 15 or 20 at half, even in this era with the 3.
He's getting out coached. And I think also the difference between, and this is where you see this a lot in college football, the difference between Denver and the Lakers
is your boy, Jamal Murray.
Is it? See, now you didn't went too dang far.
I'm just saying.
Minnesota's just South Canada. He's your boy.
Nice. His game is nice.
I'm done with you, man. You know what?
We good.
Hey man, come on, man. You know how many texts I get from that, man?
Man, you know how thirsty Thursday be when Stricky. You know I get excited.
I'm about to tell DP I'm not coming in no more on Thursday.
Charge it to Thursday.
I already come in on Sunday, so that's it. I'm good.
Let's move to the Eastern Conference.
But no, before we get there, it's the people with the Nuggets. It's the players, and that's the problem.
Organization or the team,
the whole thing.
Okay.
And the problem with playing with the Lakers is kind of like the Cowboys.
Yeah,
you no matter how you lose focus or get off track with what comes with the Cowboys.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
and it's only going to get magnified. I do think the Lakers. I mean, I like Rob Pelinka. I really do. I'm not really sure. You know. I know the NBA salary cap, but I think some of his moves are never been really good.
Bro, he was able to get rid of Westbrook. What he was able to do and what he was able to bring in to me was
that was great. But you got to think, you got rid of Brandon Ingram for no reason. You let Caruso go, guys that were the guys that really were glue guys.
Lonzo.
Yeah, Lonzo, and then you let Caldwell Pope.
Well, they won with the Lonzo situation because of the injuries. But go ahead.
But Caldwell Pope goes.
Yeah,
he's what LeBron needs. The both of them are what you like to call butt naked open threes. They hit it. They know how to space the court. They know how to play with them. So when you started to ascend with these type of players, and it wouldn't have cost that much.
Right.
It's almost like, okay, we won a championship. That's good enough. I'm turning my nose up at you, and then you went star laden, and those guys were great in their roles. You even saw with the Bulls when Caruso was hurt. The team looks different. Caldwell Pope brought that championship mentality that he got from the Lakers to Denver.
And LeBron should know that. I mean, think about those Miami teams. Like Ray Allen hit the big shot. Think about Cleveland. It was Tristan Thompson. It was Matthew Dellavedova.
No, it was Kyrie Irving.
Irving in that game.
He saved them. But it was
the Warriors, yes, but the other series.
Yeah, the ones before
Richard
that.
Jefferson, Channing Frye. Yeah.
You need those guys that are that are all NBA players in their roles. And the Lakers have those guys, but they always they're always reactive. You know what I'm saying? They're never coming.
Their timing seems to always be
you always a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah.
You only do it because all right, we got to do it. And I think it's a pull between doing everything they can for LeBron and trying to be the Lakers. Rob Pelinka really trying to be the Lakers.
The Lakers.
And it's not working. You need to bring the Magic Man back. You need to bring the Magic Man back.
Saying something.
Because when Jeannie Buss, when she talked about him leaving, that's the fiber leaving that organization.
Do you remember him in that post-game press conference in the hallway? He's in the hallway and people are asking him.
He's like, I ain't gonna be there.
I'm not gonna be there.
The Magic Man.
The Magic Man.
And she's salty about it because he owns the Dodgers. He owns the part of the Commanders and everything.
Yeah.
But you know why he left though?
They wouldn't give him no ownership.
No, Rob Pelinka.
It was Rob Pelinka.
The deal that he had was Magic was able to go do his business things, and Rob Pelinka was like, he ain't returning emails. Well, he wasn't emailing them, and then he was like, you ain't involved.
Threw him under the bus.
Threw him under the bus. Magic's like, all right, then let's see how you do.
Peace.
Yeah.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
So I mean, I think there's got to be some decisions made. They have to make a decision. If I'm the Lakers, you just make.
You can't keep operating in mediocrity.
No.
To have the talent that you have and to keep barely just getting
why
into
you
the
can't
playoffs.
get it? Why you? I mean, come on, man.
You shouldn't be able.
I mean, nothing against Darvin Ham. You trying to tell me that's the best coach you can get? That money can buy.
You also let 2 good weeks of D'Angelo Russell talk you into not trading for DeJounte Murray.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you gave me those 2 weeks of your best basketball because you knew that you was about to get traded. That's like somebody going to a basketball trial and then you like, man, what happened to the dude that tried out? You're on your best behavior.
Because you don't fit in that. That is not a fit. You go back to that reserve kind of role.
Yeah.
You don't
into the quarter, into half, let you go get your thing, get yours.
Yeah.
For
in Atlanta, you struggle. I think he struggles in Atlanta.
D'Angelo Russell?
Yeah.
But if he goes down there, do you care?
I mean, if you're the Lakers, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm thinking
if I'm D'Angelo Russell, I'm sending you
back.
I'm sending you back to the Nets.
Well,
he'd be good at it. I'm trying to do a 3-way. I'm trying to get my man Murray, and then I'm gonna find a way to get you. If you're worried about what spot he ends up in, right?
I'm not. I'm just saying, a straight trade with them in Atlanta. I think salary wise it works, but I don't think
style
no,
it doesn't. That's why I say you bring another.
That's why he probably played his butt off because he knew.
But you bring another team in, whoever it will be that he wants to go to. You know more about it than I do.
Yeah.
Or you get it to where you trade him, and then he has the buyout situation or something like that. But you got I like D'Angelo Russell. I felt like he got dogged the first time they're around there, and I think he's obviously really matured. I thought he was a good player then, and so I just think styles wise it doesn't work. It works if LeBron's gone and it's him and KD. Yeah. But I don't know if he's a guy that you need, that you really want to be your main ball handler and your facilitator. He wants to be. It's kind of like we had here for Nebraska that went in the transfer, Jamarcus Lawrence. Wants to be the table setter, but you want to be the scorer. Yeah. And you can't be.
Yeah. Okay, it doesn't
you're not Cassius Winston.
No. And you can't be when you have LeBron and AD. Mm-hmm. And I would really like to see him, and kind of like with Nebraska, I would really like to see them find a Naz Reid or somebody like that.
Sixth man of the year, Jay.
Yeah, but I would put him in there starting lineup to where AD can be the, like we talked about, off the ball defender. You know what I mean? And then he can be the 5 against a matchup problem. Let him be his best version. It also take the physical pounding on, because every time he falls down, boy.
Laker Nation holds its breath.
Yeah, holds its breath.
Let's move over to the East here.
Do we need a pause?
We do not. We're on stream.
We're on stream.
We're good.
That's right.
Still in rain delay with the Royals, but we're on stream. Boston and Miami. Series tied at 1 game apiece heading back to Miami. Jay, you mentioned the butt-naked threes. Here's the thing.
Tyler
Miami
Hero
generated 37 open or wide open threes last night. Hit 21 of them.
Tyler Hero.
Miami is shooting 52% from 2-point range this series. Detroit in the regular season shot 53% on twos. Tells you how bad Miami's been from 2. And yet, here's the Eric Spoelstra devil magic. Miami, we have 2 stats here to give you. Miami now has 4 playoff games in the past 2 seasons shooting 50% or better from 3 against Boston. No other team in the NBA has shot more than 50% from 3 against any opponent more than once. And then here's
breaking records.
And then here's this.
Who's their number 1 guys?
Just say. Yeah. The other stat is in their 10 postseason wins against Milwaukee, Boston, and Denver over the last 2 years, Miami is shooting 47.7% from 3 on 333 attempts.
But
they turn up in the big moments.
But they got good 3-point shooters, though. You got the librarian, Duncan Robinson. He looked like the dude from Georgia, one of the Jetsons. You remember the Jetsons commercial or the cartoon? Mm-hmm. He looked like the Jetson. He looked like the main one. And then you got Tyler Hero. He's swaggerlicious. I told you, Tyler Hero got that dog in him.
I'm surprised.
And I'm going to tell you this. You want to know how they are able to stymie Boston?
Zone.
And I don't know. I don't think I think Boston will eventually pull through. Number one, I think Spoelstra is a better coach than Boston. I like Boston's young coach. I think Spoelstra isn't just in a different. I think
he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I think he's in a way different stratosphere right now. But what they do is that zone and the way they work. They play more zone than anybody in the NBA. So what that does is it stymies what Boston wants to do. Mm-hmm. You got 2
mismatch
6 7 and 6'9" guys that can go, both ways, get down to 3-level scores. They want to get up and down and be like that. And then that feeds Boston's defense. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're not able, Boston, you've seen it with against the Warriors. If they're not able to play like they want to play, and you ain't gonna out physical Miami, so that's gone. Okay, you ain't gonna out physical them, and you're not gonna outlast them. So then now you get interested in playing defense, and that's what then when Tyler Hero starts hitting, it's on like Donkey Kong, and then you had Bam in the middle getting busy. Yeah. So it's a classic in and out game.
Uncle Kevy's in
you hype too. But I'm gonna tell Uncle Kevin how you been though, man.
Guess Kristaps Porzingis is plus and minus last night.
Minus 20.
Yeah, negative 25.
Keep going.
Damn.
Oh gosh, negative 40.
So Derek White was minus 23. Jaylen Brown was minus 22. Porzingis was minus 32.
Oof.
In 30 minutes.
Oof.
Not what you go sign a guy for.
No, I don't know. That's
the
kinda,
unicorn. That's Phil
is
Jackson.
Is that getting into Jonte Porter?
No,
Hope not.
He
is it some shaving going on?
He affiliated with the Russian mob.
Man, I don't know. Check the bets.
Guess slips are somewhere, right?
Nah, yeah, you could have some fall off. I ain't mad at it. It happens.
I've seen plenty of NFL draft, Jay.
Yes, plenty of draft. We might get DP in there. We're gonna mess with him about the Commanders.
Oh boy,
we weren't gonna have him in at 5, so I'm just gonna go. Since you didn't tick me off, DP's gonna have to face it.
He's gonna have to fill the rap.
Yeah, man. What you did was wrong. What you did was wrong.
I just
and it wasn't even about you going back on the peace treaty. It's about the Nuggets. You know what I'm talking about too.
Jay's done. We'll be done. For Strick, I'm Austin. This has been On the Block, brought to you by Nebco. Really appreciate you guys tuning in here on the stream. Don't go anywhere. We got Old School coming up next here on 93.7 Ticket and ticketfm.com.